Married at First Sight Josh highlights overdue change. Married at First Sight Australia has made us no strangers to uncomfortable viewing. We've watched from behind our sofa cushions more times than we can count, whether cringing at the challenges of intimacy week or being left utterly dumbfounded at the toxicity of some of its relationships. But the show, making its latest Aussie outing on E4 right now, just reached a new level of discomfort by airing scenes from Josh and Melissa's final commitment ceremony. In fact, it wasn't just a difficult watch for viewers at home, even the experts had a hard time hearing about what had been going on for the couple behind closed doors, forcing John Aiken to step in and make a vital change to the format for the very first time in the series' history. John and Melissa seemed to be on wildly different pages from the off. He was looking for a deep emotional connection, whereas she couldn't stop banging on about wanting her very own Thor, with a big hammer to boot. It may have been exaggerated by the edit, but Melissa and John's different approaches to the more intimate side of their relationship became a continuous source of friction, not that kind, between them. Women should be allowed to celebrate their sexual appetites openly and proudly. But it was actually Melissa herself that ended up perpetuating the narrative that her desire for an active sex life with her husband was too much. Melissa branded her husband Josh really conservative, leading him to push back against the 40-year-old virgin persona that he felt she had created for him. They had been intimate just a few days prior, he argued, before then telling the experts that he felt the real problem lay in control. To the shock of the group, Josh claimed that Melissa had tried to limit his use of the television, his access to his mobile phone and the times that he was able to read his books. He also alleged that she had used degrading and dehumanizing language towards him, calling his manhood into question. Melissa's descriptors of what she believed a manly man to be fed into a very specific and outdated brand of toxic masculinity, something that spawned from the patriarchal world we live in. And that's damaging for all genders. The group pushed back to point out that men can and should talk about their emotions and be vulnerable, all qualities that Josh had brought to the table throughout the experiment. Josh became visibly upset by what was discussed on the couch, describing to the experts how broken he had been left feeling. "It's an archaic way of talking about what a man is," Duncan consoled Josh. "It's what people said men were 60 years ago." Melissa admitted that she thinks she has a huge bite and that she had said some horrible shit to Josh during arguments, which she apologized for. When it came to decision time, Josh was firm in his desire to leave, whereas Melissa surprised everyone by stating that she wished to stay in the experiment. As per the usual rules of the show, if one partner chooses to stay, then the couple must remain in the experiment for another week to see if they are able to turn things around. But John Aiken felt compelled to do things differently, announcing to the room, "Josh, we can see clearly that you're pretty broken right now, considering what we've seen tonight and what we've heard. I'm going to do something that I've never done before, because I have never seen a relationship like this before in the experiment." He revealed that they were going to respect Josh's wish to leave, telling him, "We're not going to subject you any longer to this. It's a welcome change that goes some way towards fixing an issue that's plagued MAFs for a number of series, with red flags previously seeming to go unchecked and unchallenged by the relationship experts." The revamped UK version of the show, which saw celebs go dating Paul Carrick-Brunson and Charlene Douglas joining veteran Mel Schilling on the coach, went some way towards fixing this problem. And it looks like the Australian counterpart has been taking some much-needed notes. It should also go without saying that nobody should be held within a relationship that they no longer wish to be in, and while the contestants know the name of the game before signing up, and may sometimes write leave to elicit more effort from their partner, if a participant really wanted to quit the show, you'd expect that there wouldn't be much to stop them from walking out. Since Josh and Melissa's episode has aired, Josh has given an update on social media, via Instagram, to say that he and Melissa had both since had an opportunity to heal from their experiences. He also highlighted an important point about audience responses to what aired. "I ask you as an audience to please be respectful and kind to Melissa," he said. There isn't a need to attack her at all. That doesn't make me feel any better, and it just perpetuates a cycle that we should all reflect on. Elsewhere in MAFS Australia Series 10, we have also seen the questionable decisions of some of the grooms, namely Harrison and Shannon, being dissected by the experts. In fact, Shannon's questionable behavior during his time on the show with Caitlyn also prompted John to make this new offer to her during the very same commitment ceremony she left too. By the way, so here's to hoping that his shift in the format will mark an evolution for the series, making room for accountability, growth and in-depth discussion on the show itself. Married at First Sight UK airs on E4 in the UK. Married at First Sight Australia airs on 9 Network in Australia and E4 in the UK. Interested in talking about Married at First Sight? Visit our dedicated sub-forum.